Today I'll cover some more preparations I do for my upcoming Blood Elf and Draenei in the Burning Crusade pre-patch. Some of you might be curious how come I've purchased two of the same main hands when you can only equip one. Well, in the pre-patch a lot of these are changing, so now there will instead be one hands. I've also purchased many new low-level consumables. Many of these you can use the moment you create your character. For example, a food you can eat to restore a lot of health. The frog leg stew. It is absolutely insane, as it's pretty much restoring 10 times as much health compared to anything else you can obtain at this level. Here's a quick example. The moment I finish this enemy, I use the frog leg stew, and I'm back to full health in a couple of seconds. You can also increase your health pool by buying different rum. There's going to be a version with 5, 10, and 15 stamina. The 15 stamina version is of course going to be the most expensive one. In the first video, I did cover magic candles, but I gotta be honest, explosive rockets are so much better, as they also got AoE damage. A quick example to prove why you should be looking out for these on the auction house. Remember to also look out for different potions, especially those increasing your strength, as it's a useful stat for a paladin and a shaman. Else you could also buy scrolls increasing your spirit, armor, stamina, strength and agility, and of course oils increasing your spell damage, and later on there will also be some increasing your mana regen. I know it is a bit of min-maxing, but then again everything counts if you wish to increase your leveling speed. Exactly why I've also crafted many swiftness potions, as I will use these in between level 5 to 30 until I unlock my mount. Many people are currently leveling up tailoring, which is why it's pretty cheap to buy bags, and you should get those for your upcoming character. Those of you going to play a Blood Elf Paladin, look out for cheap rare male items with a lot of strength and also a bit of stamina. As a shaman, you will instead be using leather items, but some of these are honestly still useful as a paladin because of all the strength and agility. Agility is increasing our crit, and strength our attack power. Nonetheless, the most important thing to focus on is always going to be your weapon, as it will increase your leveling speed the most. And try to stick to the same weapon types, so you don't have to swap in between different ones and all of a sudden need to level up your weapon skill. This will reduce your leveling speed. Hopefully you also know what professions you will be leveling. If so, pre-buy all the different materials. Else you might find inspiration in my profession picking guide you can find in the description. What I've also done is to enchant the different weapons I'll be using on my journey to 60 with either Crusader or Fiery weapon. Sometimes you can also find weapons on the auction house which already has the enchant. The benefit of Fiery weapon is that it can crit, and at low level either 40 or 60 damage is basically also going to be a one shot, or at least a lot of damage, which is why I like to use this up to around 30. At level 30 I would then swap into Crusader, as 100 strength for 15 seconds is going to count as a lot more compared to for example 40 instant damage from Fiery weapon. And I gotta be honest, 40 damage at level 30 is not a lot, and probably not even close to more than 5% of the target's total health. Those of you with additional gold could also start buying class-specific items, so things that starts a quest or are required for a quest for either a paladin or a shaman. For example, the voodoo doll needed in Solgur if you wish to obtain a leg or a head enchant. These can be used on your High Warlord or Grand Marshal gear. In the pre-patch, there will also be many things we can prepare for this upcoming expansion, and those I've covered in another video you can find in the description. The character you see right here is the one currently carrying all the different items I'll be sending to my future Draenei Shaman. Most of the items has been enchanted, and I know I'm not using the best possible enchants, but I gotta be honest, it's also pretty expensive if I had to enchant every single item with the best possible enchant. Nonetheless, the most important thing for me has simply been to get daggers with quick attack speed and Fiery weapon. Then later on I will swap to better equipment, for example a two-hand weapon with Crusader, and at level 40 into one-hand weapons with Crusader as well. Soon I'll also publish my Burning Crusade pre-patch leveling video, where I talk about many things you gotta do in between level 1 to 60 to level up as quickly as possible. Therefore I would also recommend you to subscribe to the channel so you get notified when I post it. In the description, I've also left a link to a leveling add-on I'm going to use. It will work all the way up to 60 into pre-patch, and in the Burning Crusade continue to work up to 70. There's going to be a free version you can test out by using the link, and a paid version if you wish to get additional nice features and use the guide all the way up to max level. On my channel you can find so many useful Burning Crusade guides, and soon I'll publish a lot more you definitely don't want to miss. Therefore, I would also recommend you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.